me, keep a 20 on me, case emergency. Ain't no cap in my rap. Real, I know it's the truck. More profit mean extra. Emerald white off full of pressure. That cereal milk smoking right. But that Obama rant some special. Kansas City, I'm a chief. Shout out to K5 on this one. Country thinking I was hustling. I don't way you had it on me. Booming like OJ the Juice. Till a nigga told on me. From now on it's relentless. Ain't no love, we ain't friendly. If she want me on him. No love lost, she get the business. No love lost, still the motto. Empire.
Hello. Welcome in. This is the Birds of a Feather podcast with your boy Q City.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
And this is episode 53, the free agency look ahead. We are in to the NFL offseason, right? We've had some combine. We've had some, guys running Olympics. What is it? Olympics in shorts? Whatever it is. But there we go. But before we get to that, what we really finna look at is what are teams going to look for in free agency? More importantly, what is our team going to look for in free agency? How does it relate to the draft? So this is all about what's finna go down in free agency. We gonna bing, bang, boom, get y'all in, get y'all out, really free forming, 30, 45 minutes. I'm lying to y'all. So strap in, come on, let's have this fun. Enjoy this ride. So, Taj, my man, when we look ahead free agency wise, what really sticks out to you?
The potential edge group. Danielle Hunter. Maybe a Josh Allen. I haven't heard whether he's been franchise tagged or not.
Leonard Williams
from the Texans. He's not an edge guy.
Oh, they got him listed as DN.
He's not an edge guy. He's a 3-4 D and not a 4-3. He's more of a D tackle.
True.
Besides Leonard, I don't think they would do that. They're not going to invest in another 30-year-old D tackle when you got Grady and Onyemata.
So here's my thing. I actually think Seattle does the dumbest thing in the world and gives him another contract.
I mean, they gave him a second for him. I would feel you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be stupid as hell to give him a second for him and then he don't play with you no more after this year. That's stupid.
Exactly. And even though they changed coaches, they got the same general manager. So if he was comfortable giving up that too for that in that situation, he's got to be comfortable paying the guy.
Yeah, you got to. And I don't think that's a bad contract because he's a good player. As long as the contract's not too crazy, but he's a good player. And he kind of fits the defense that what's his name is escaping me. McDonald ran with Baltimore because they run 3-4 principles. They're going to switch to 3-4 principles if they're already running that. So he's a 3-4 defensive end, so he'll be fine. I think the edges is what mainly sticks out. In terms of what Atlanta will do, at least edges. The Kirk is a question mark as far as you talk about quarterbacks. I think receiver is where we're probably going to have the most signings. It may not be a top tier guy, maybe a couple just mid level guys that just give you. I expect maybe like 2 or 3 signings, and then maybe another pick or 2 from the draft in the receiver room. I expect this one to be really revamped.
I do when I'm looking at it from the wide receiver perspective, and we're speeding through this right now, guys. We're going to break down each one. But when I look at it from the wide receiver perspective, I definitely see like middle of the road picks, bro. Like, OBJ is probably good for the room in terms of having a veteran in, but if you're actually looking for in terms of production, we're not going for the Tyler Boyds or even the Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We might go a little below a tier.
Tyler Boyd.
I don't know. I think Tyler Boyd is going to command a way too much. And granted, we're not paying anybody right now.
Like I can see Tyler Boyd. don't see a Mike Evans.
Mm-mm.
I could see maybe a Curtis Samuel, a McCole Hardman.
You don't think Curtis looking to get broke off?
He ain't did nothing to get broke off for real. He's a speed guy, but he ain't got the numbers to support getting broke off. He's already had his second contract. Another name I
Let's
like,
see.
Hollywood Brown. Hollywood is someone I would really like for this type of offense.
This is true. This is true. He hasn't had his second contract. This is going to be his second contract.
Who?
Curtis Samuel.
He already been this is his second contract. He been in the league like 6-7 years now.
Let's see. Oh, I lied. You're right.
Yeah, because
You're right.
the Commanders signed him out of free agency.
Yeah, you're right. And they're letting him go now.
Yeah.
Man, they gave him a very small deal.
It was like 3 years, but for the time, it was a pretty good contract for the time it was signed. Like right now, obviously, it look like pennies, but it's small potatoes then. Small potatoes now, but it was decent then.
Okay. Yeah, you got a point.
But yeah, Marquise Brown is probably the name that stands out to me the most on this list. Is the name that probably we would actually go after, given he's 25. He gives you elite speed. Now he's going to command a little cheese, but he's not going to be in Mike Evans' neighborhood.
No, not even close.
But yeah, I can see him. You got Calvin Ridley on here, and I would be open to a Calvin Ridley reunion, but I don't know if he actually wants to live in Atlanta anymore.
No, I don't. I think Atlanta's a dub for him. And actually, Jacksonville's GM came out and said that he was very interested in having negotiations and re-signing him. Obviously,
Well,
I think they did so. They're going to do so after the start of the league year, so that they don't have to give up a second round pick. He said it doesn't make a difference if they have to give up a 2 or a 3,
yes,
but
it does.
it does. It does.
Here's the thing: they can say all they want to, but once the open market gets here,
It's open market.
yeah, exactly. Because he like, all right, y'all wanted to play with me because y'all wanted to not get in, and you wanted to let my future hinge on that. All right, cool, bet. But now y'all gave me
Well,
the first
I think, but that's when you got to have grown up conversations, right? That's when you got to have grown up conversations and just being real. Like if there's a discussion of compensation to another team and you know you want to keep the guy, that's a simple conversation
I
with his agent
understand
to
that,
say
but
like
that's
you
also
are the
run
priority
risk.
in free agency. Yeah, I mean it
I
does,
understand
but
that, you still run the risk of that because like he could be their priority, and you could have other teams to be like, hey, you are our priority, and then it just comes down to like, well, they might give you this, but we'll give you this. Like, it's not a guarantee that he's back. They can say whatever they want to say. Until pay me paper, I don't believe.
not factual. What you talked about the receiver room being a little open. One name that kind of came to mind. It's not like a I love the guy or anything like that. But as a trade target, what do you think about Jerry Judy?
Depends
Because
on what it is.
his days in Denver are over.
It purely depends on what the trade is.
Honestly, I think the compensation will be 5 or 6 at this point.
Because it's like he got a case of the drops. So
He does, but I think he works very well opposite Drake London.
I mean, he very well might, but I don't want to receive that drops the ball that much.
I think a change of
He's
scenery
a
will do
great
him well.
separator.
Yeah, I think a change of scenery will do him well.
I mean, yeah, a change of scenery could do a lot, but if your hands are still on vacation, what good does it do?
No, I mean most drops are a lack of attention, lack of attention to detail. Change of scenery will do you well, right?
But
And
see, the
hell,
thing is,
T.O. dropped a lot of passes,
we
but
ain't doing that.
super
We
productive.
ain't doing. Yeah, exactly. We ain't doing that. T.O. drop passes, and in spite of the drops, he was still that nigga. This ain't you.
Yeah.
This is not the situation. Like, I mean, if it was for cheap, sure, yeah, why not? A fifth round pick, yeah, I'll take that.
So we did our roster breakdown a little earlier. If we just want to get into it, take it down position by position, right? And kind of like what we would look for in position at free agency. So gave y'all a little preamble real quick. So let's get into it. First one, quarterback, right? On the market, you got Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill are kind of like the big names out there, right? Now, prior to Arthur Smith leaving, me and you had slotted Ryan Tannehill here a couple times. Now that he's gone, I don't see any reason why they would go after Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins, Kirk Cousins, possibly. Not gonna lie to you, I could still see, all the Shanahan offenses seem to absolutely love Kirk as a quarterback, and he's not a bad quarterback. So like I could see each of. Go ahead.
So here's the thing about Kirk Cousins, right? I look at Kirk Cousins as a measuring stick quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
If your quarterback is better than Kirk Cousins, he's probably a franchise guy. And if he's not better than Kirk, you probably need a new guy.
This is true. And I think his position is extremely unique in Minnesota because let's keep it a beam before we even get to wide receivers. Justin Jefferson want the bag, and he should get the bag. You feel me? He should get the whole bag, bro.
That's another question.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, if they're not able to get the salary cap in a way because he wants to be highest paid and he's not hometown discount. First, no, bro. No, there is no hometown. Look, that second contract, because you got all the work on the front end. You got all the work on the front end. And I ain't saying these guys are paying for pennies, but Justin Jefferson is a prime example of outperforming your contract. He is way outperformed that contract. It's time to get broke off. You understand me? I ain't trying to hear nothing. We ain't on no hometown discount, none of that. So that could affect their ability to re-sign Kirk. You know what I'm saying? They might have to go rookie quarterback just so that they can, make things work.
Yeah. There's a couple names I actually like.
Yeah, other names on here. You got just the old as hell Joe Flacco. You got Marcus Mariota. Ain't no freaking way in hell he coming back. Carson Wentz, which you slided here a couple times. And Baker.
Baker Mayfield makes sense too because he has familiarity with the offense and the head coach. I mean, the offense.
He really does. With Tampa current predicament, I don't see them letting him go.
Yeah. He most likely won't go, but if he became available, he would probably be something I would see on target.
Absolutely. Now, if Baker's looking for $37-40 million, okay. That maybe opens the door for Tampa to let him go, but I don't see us having the opportunity. You got names like Drew Lock and Sam Darnold in here, but that's nothing to write home about.
It's nothing to write home about, but Drew Lock could be a good reclamation project. He has talent. In the right.
What is different from him and Ritter? Because Ritter's cheaper, and that they are the exact same quarterback in my eyes.
You probably just want to take a chance on another guy in that system. Because with quarterback, it just comes down to chances. Because it's like if you can't get the guy you want, you're gonna have to take a swing somewhere.
Which is true. I wouldn't be surprised if Drew Lock is available at the post draft. Wouldn't be surprised.
He's going to get picked up.
He might, but I wouldn't be surprised.
He's going to get picked up as a backup somewhere. So look, he's not a bad player. He's not good, but he's kind of just he's fine. Sure. But fine playing that quarterback is good enough to get you a job.
possibly as a backup, holding the clipboard.
Yeah, that's
Moving
job shit. It
on.
still pays.
Factual job market terrible right now. So looking on the running back, we don't need one, but there's some pretty high profile names out there. You got Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Saquon, Tony
They're
Pollard,
going to
Austin
just that
Eckler.
depth. They're going to just that done for the draft. They'll probably like a undrafted free agent. Saquon, that's the name I like for. I've been seeing a lot of connections for him going to the Texans though. If
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I've been seeing a lot of connections for that. Put him in that Shanahan type offense. Let him be their version of a CMC.
I actually see Josh Jacobs. I would hate this, but I see Josh Jacobs. Huh?
I think he's staying. I don't think he's leaving Oakland. I think he loves.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's leaving, but I could see him in Carolina.
Nah, yeah, no, I don't see that.
I could see him in Carolina, bro.
Carolina going to have to draft him running back in the third round or something. No, I don't see them getting no top dude. I don't see Jacobs leaving. Period.
Because they lack draft capital. I could see them because they lack draft capital and they have a quarterback in the first. They have a quarterback on a rookie deal. I could see them being heavy spenders, especially on the offensive end. After he looked so bad last year, so I could see it. I could see it, and I would hate to have to face him twice a year.
Here's the thing: they just spent some decent money on running back last year. That didn't work out. I'm not saying that's the situation, but Jacobs, I don't see. There's no way I see this man getting up out of Oakland. My bad, Las Vegas. There's no way I see that happening.
Nah, they want to keep him. Yeah, they want to keep him. We got Madison down here, Swift, Foreman, Cam Akers. Sadly, J.K. Dobbins. There's no way Baltimore re-signs him. Jared McKinnon. Just some names, just some guys. The running back market is, boy, it's a tough market. It's a tough market.
Back to Kansas City anyway for a little cheap deal.
Yeah, it's a tough market.
Yeah, so after that, you got fullback. Who cares? Next.
I mean, just we got to show them luck because we don't know if we're going to carry a fullback or not, and they might be looking for somebody cheap. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect the fullback position.
They not. I ain't got to disrespect. They did it themselves. I ain't got to do it for them. The only fullback you could name, if you weren't a Falcon fan, you couldn't even name Keith Smith. The only fullback you could name is Juszczyk.
You know what? The fact that there's only 6 fullbacks free agents might lead to credence that you were right.
Nobody, who cares? Next.
Possible. All right, so wide receivers, right? Like you said, top of the market, you got Mike Evans kind of headlining. OBJ is a name. They've got him listed like really high. He's a name. I don't necessarily think that he's still expensive. Yeah, I don't even think that his production still matches the price tag that he would carry.
Not for that.
You talked about Curtis Samuel. You talked about Curtis Samuel and Tyler Boyd. They got Cedric Wilson down here, Kendrick Bourne. Damn, Kendrick Bourne is already a free agent. It's crazy. I feel like he just signed his contract, bro. But he signed?
He finished his rookie contract.
Yeah. And
I think his rookie year was with Cam or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about time. Jamal Agnew, Jakeem Grant, some of those smaller, fast guys.
I do like Shenault. He's not the smaller, fast guy. He's your gadget guy. He's 6'1", 6'2", 220. But he's kind of like in the mode of like a Debo almost.
Now, scrolling down are the guys that you kind of feel like aren't necessarily going anywhere. Excuse me. Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr. Expect them all to probably re-sign with the teams that they are currently with. What's his name? Now, when it comes to Cincinnati, You can re-sign T. Higgins, but this is the off season. Yeah, you tagged and you're looking for a trade, but you can re-sign him, right? But this is the off season. This is the off season that you can negotiate with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Chase finna get broke off. You understand me? Like Chase is an alpha number one. You just happen to draft really good at the wide receiver position, right? You scouted properly, you drafted really good. It's a curse, it's a blessing and a curse. Because like wide receiver is one of those positions you usually end up losing for nothing. And it's sad, but it's true. And you got 3 wide receivers, and you gotta pay the big man. Jamar Chase gotta get paid because you cannot afford to play the tag game with him. Because I honestly believe the type of player that he is, if they were to tag him, one, it would fuck up your salary cap because like his tag would hit the same year Joe Burrow's contract explodes. But you tag him once, he gonna be like, tag me twice. And then I'm gonna hit true free agency. And get
I don't even think he would sign the tag. I think he probably would try to do something like what Daniel Hunter did, to where like he'd be like, all right, give me a 1 year deal, and I want in that contract that you can't tag me.
That you can't tag me, yeah. Like I definitely think it would be along those lines, just because he's that guy. He's productive. You don't let that guy hit free agency. You don't let him walk. You don't tag him. You work it out. And the downside of that is that the Tyler Boyd and the T. Higgins have to play the tag game. You know what I'm saying? T. Higgins on any other team.
Tyler Boyd I think he was always up out of there.
Just yeah, I mean, in terms of third receivers, yeah. But T. Higgins on any other team is not playing the tag game. You understand me? Like on I'd probably say 26 teams, T. Higgins is not playing the tag game. He is getting signed, right? 20 plus million a year. This just ain't this where he was drafted, bro. And it sucks, but it is what it is. People I kind of definitely want to stay away from. McCole Hardman, Chase Claypool, not names that really want to deal with.
What's the problem with McCole?
Oh, he's just older.
He's 26.
Yeah.
If that. That's the age that most age that most receivers are coming in the free agency, about 25, 26. He's not old.
Is he older? No, I'm thinking of Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
I'm thinking of Valdez Scantling. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of Valdez Scantling. My fault. Nah, McColl's not bad then. Bring him back to Georgia, right?
He's only 25, yeah.
Yeah, bring him back to Georgia. McColl's not bad. I think that
Georgia.
Yeah, I think he's probably looking for a payday. So we'll see about that one.
He actually mentioned he was on the Pivot podcast. He actually mentioned that he don't want to be the highest paid guy. He don't care about that. He don't even want to be the number one. He just wants to go to a team that has a clear role for him, and he wants to be, accommodated, and just a team that wants to win. And he feels like he could bring the right mindset because he knows what it looks like.
I mean, with that type of mindset, I would love to see him in Atlanta. Because, like, there is a very clear, defined role for him as a speed wide receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, I don't care to be the guy. I just want to be involved. That's it.
And we've got some old Falcons wide receivers on here: Van Jefferson, Scotty Miller, Kadero Hodge. They're not coming back.
Hodge might just because of special teams, but
true. Equipment and St. Brown. This is when you get into just kind of like the roster fillers type guys. When you get a little further down.
You didn't even mention my guy unless you saved him for last.
Who?
Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood Brown?
Yeah.
I don't see him on the list. Oh, they probably ain't got him as Hollywood.
Marquise Brown.
There you go. They got him right here. Marquise Brown. His market value. Oh, God, his market value is terrible. Currently, his market value is 15 mil.
That's not all right.
4 years, 60. He wants a 4 years, 60 mil contract. Market value. I think
That's fine. I would be okay with it. You can stretch it in a way. I would be okay with it. Is a number 2 receiver?
you're guaranteeing him on your team for 3 years.
That's fine. He's not a bad receiver. He just don't need to be number 1.
He does not need to be your number 1. You are absolutely correct there. Kyler's contract starts to kick in, so I'm pretty sure he's gone. I think Arizona
use that pick to restock the thing, and they had a nice pick last year with what's his name, Michael Wilson, who played pretty well for him.
Yeah, and the thing that no one seems to talk about is the fact that Arizona picks 5, right? Arizona picks 4. Why would they not trade and have the Patriots move? Especially if the Patriots know they're not selecting a quarterback. Why would the Patriots not move from 3 to 4 and let them go get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Well, that's not really what the word is. The word is the Patriots really like Jaden Daniels.
I get that. You would still pick him at 4.
Why would you trade down to risk it that don't make sense.
It's not a risk. It's not a risk.
Okay, it's not a risk, but that's dumb. If they know you take the quarterback, what's the point of them trading?
No, it's not.
Tell me what logical sense does it make if they know you want a quarterback, so no one else is going to be able to jump in front of me to get this receiver because you don't want to fuck them up the quarterback.
Here's the thing.
They have no leverage. There's no leverage.
You can't. You gotta play it. You gotta play it close to the vest. You gotta play it close to the vest, right? This is when you start
in this situation.
Yes, there is.
If you want a quarterback, if you want a quarterback, you take the damn quarterback. You don't trade that and risk missing your guy. Because then you did all that for what?
Let me explain it. Right? Let me explain it through. And I'm saying this strictly from a position of navigating the draft as a GM to get assets.
You gotta explain
right?
Come on, let's get to it. I need to hear this. Let's get to it.
Check it. The Patriots spent a pick on Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Patriots spent a pick on Mac Jones, right? Mm-hmm. Objectively, they have failed him from a coaching standpoint, right? They got a good year, a Pro Bowl year out of him. And then objectively, they have failed him from a team building perspective and a coaching perspective. So reasonably, you could understand the coaching staff saying, let's grab you a weapon. It's something even me and you talked about. Let's grab him a weapon. Let me finish. Let's grab him a weapon, something he's never had while he was here. And let's see what Mac does at the peak of his powers. As a team, as an organization, you can sell that, right? As a team, as an organization, you can sell that. You may know internally, bro, we want Jaden Daniels, right? But if you are selling as an organization that you can get behind Matt, you're really focused on a skill position, you can get Arizona to give you a 3 to move up one spot and pick a guy that they were going to pick anyway at 4. You now gained a 3 and you still get your guy. That's manipulating the draft board.
I don't see that happening at all because with these receivers, they're stacked so closely. Oh, hey, cool, take Marvin. Do what you got to do.
Which may be it. Which may be it. But you got to play poker, bro. You got to play poker. You got to bluff. You got to bluff.
You could play poker all you want. They don't got no leverage in this situation. Because if they take Marvin, like, oh no, you took Marvin, I'll just take another one of these top 10 rated receivers.
Which is possible. You know what I'm saying? They can have neighbors rated higher. It's completely possible. But I'm saying as a team.
NFL has neighbors rated higher.
No, but like as a team, bro, you got to check it. Because you even look at what the Bears are saying. The Bears are playing this close to the vest. Everybody and their mama know they taking Caleb. They putting Justin out on social media. Hey, this the guy. Or you know what? Not even Caleb. Not even Caleb. Bro, they put some shit up to say QB1. Not even Caleb. Everyone
the GM
knows.
said we're still fuck with the damn the social media team. They just out there getting clicks. The GM said we're still working through it. I just want to make sure whatever I decide to do, I want to do right by Justin. He's holding shit close to the vest. The media team ain't got nothing to do with the people in the office. So
Yeah, but pretty much everybody knows. Even if it's not Caleb, the Bears are focused in on the quarterback, right? People understand and know that. But you're gonna play it close to the vest. You're gonna play because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If somebody comes to them and they're like, I want to give you an ass load of picks for the first overall pick, and you may have a guy, or internally you may feel like, yo, we can run it back with Justin. It may be stupid, but internally that's how you may feel.
I don't think
if the Patriots internally, or they can project that they still have faith and belief in Matt, you can manipulate their draft pick. And that's just smart business.
It may be smart business, but these people ain't stupid. They have no leverage in flipping from 3 to 4. Because you can say whatever the hell you want to say, but all your homework on quarterback says otherwise. Because the players that you are invested in and documenting and all that shit, it's documented that they interview with you. So they're clearly very invested in the quarterback because they done interview with J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Daniels, Penix. They done interviewed every top name quarterback in this draft. So they clearly interested in the quarterback. So any leverage that you have trying to say, oh, well, we're going to roll with Mac, just give us his pick and we'll go down the fourth so you can get the receiver you want. So, but no, we could
check it out. Check it out though. Because here's another way of manipulating the draft.
The Cardinals are in an advantageous situation to where they don't have to move it for anything because a great player is going to fall to them anywhere at 4.
Which is what. All right, so check it out. What if at 5, the Giants want their number 1 rated receiver?
The Chargers are at 5.
What if they want
Giants at 6?
What if the Giants want the number 1 rated? Nah, I wouldn't go below the Chargers because they got a quarterback. Chargers got a quarterback. I wouldn't go below them. Now, if the Giants were at 5,
the Chargers is the sweet spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't go below the Chargers. If the Giants were at 5, I go 3 to 5, because the Cardinals aren't going to move. They need a skill position, right? They're going to take, like you said, a great player is going to fall to them, so they would just take a skill position type player. The Giants will probably take a skill position player at 3.
No, but see, here's the thing though. There's always girls out there. If you doing this thing, because no one thought the Cardinals were going to trade down last year, and they did, and then they traded back up to get who they wanted. They could trade down. Let me go give me another pick and then trade back up to get who they really want.
That's why you don't go down too far. Like I said, I wouldn't go behind the Chargers. I wouldn't go behind the Chargers.
I know. I get what you're saying. You wouldn't go behind the Chargers, but the Chargers have no reason to move up. The Chargers
they don't.
Down spot.
Yeah, no. That's why I was saying. If the Giants was at 5, I could really see you manipulating the board. But like with the Chargers at 5, I can't.
We can't live in that hypothetical of if the Giants had to fuck. They don't. They got
That's what I'm saying. Like now, as a GM, right? As a GM, if I'm Washington, right, and I for some reason think that Caleb is undraftable, and something medical happens with Jaden. Yeah, something medical happens with Jaden. Right?
Penix.
No. I'm saying something medical happens with Jalen. So they take Drake at 1. I'm just saying, they take Drake at 1. If I'm Washington, I'm in an advantageous position. How far down do I want to move for a skill position? It's probably not going to happen because they're going to take a quarterback, right? The Patriots, to me, kind of seem like they're in a good position because there's 3 quarterbacks that everybody kind of has a consensus on, and if their guy isn't there, who's the 4th one? Penix. McCarthy. Everybody's talking about McCarthy, bro.
You ain't got to agree with it, but that's just what the people are saying. This ain't about our opinion no more. This is about what the facts is.
Which is true. Everybody's talking about like Big arm, nice movement. Like
No, his now I actually watched. He just don't got a lot of attempts, but there's some good shit there.
he's very low attempts. You highly underplayed the not a lot of attempts.
I mean, yeah, but there's
I don't
also
think he had a
things
game where he put the ball in the air more than 27 times.
probably not. But there's also things where you don't understand. Like he had control of the line. He was able to check in and out of plays. He's the unselfish player. He checked in the runs because that's their identity. He's not a selfish player. That's what something you like as a quarterback. He
Okay,
processes
but
things. He can read a defense. He can because the
Michigan
thing with
sent
him,
6 offensive linemen to the combine, bro.
yeah,
So like, yeah, you can check at the line. Even if you pick the wrong play, you probably gonna get 6 yards.
and that's fine. But I
So so
said
so like
I
that check at the line shit is come on,
no,
bro.
no, you miss you overanalyzing. I'm saying that this they're saying that to say that he's an unselfish player. He doesn't. He could have easily got to the red zone and said, "Fuck this, I'm going to check into a pass," because he had the freedom to do that. He just didn't. He had the freedom to check the pass plays if he wanted
Because
to.
you sent 6 linemen to the combine, bro. Even if I pick the wrong play, we can go up to the line and go student body left. Like we're scoring. You're not stopping us. The
As a
only
corner,
team that gave a damn was like Ohio State. Like no,
okay,
no.
you're not hearing what I'm saying. Fuck the fact that they had 6 offensive. It's not about the line. It's the fact that he had the freedom to call what he wanted, not fuck the line or whatever. If he wanted to call a pass play, he could have. He just said, "No, we just gonna run the ball. I'm cool because it's not about me. It's about the team."
So I
So
mean,
we're gonna
like,
lean.
bro,
So we're gonna. So that's him leaning on the fact that hey, we got 6 linemen, so we're gonna lean on them, and we're gonna. It's not gonna be about me because I can easily just audible say, "Hey, we gonna do a play action. I'm about to air this bitch out." He said, "No, we gonna do what's gonna take to win the game."
I mean, okay, I get what you're saying from a selflessness standpoint. That to me is just like base level intelligence of like leaning on what you're good at,
You could
especially
okay,
when you
you
have
could you
a
could say
huge
that, but
physical advantage.
I, I
Like,
get what you're saying that, but you talking about quarterback, one of the most egotistical positions outside of receiver in the sport. Most of them niggas, fuck that run. I'm checking to a pass.
I mean,
That's real. You know that. Again, what they said, I don't have a way of knowing. I'm just going operating off of what I've heard from very high level people. I don't know. He don't got enough attempts for me. He's not my favorite, but there's hey, it is what it is. But
I
they're
mean,
saying the way
Atlanta's
he's the way
so I've seen a bunch of mocks for him to Atlanta, and like
yeah.
what all they keep saying is just like he came from a run heavy offense. This is predicted to be a run heavy offense. Very easy passes to Bijan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't looked at,
I don't care about what they say exactly because they don't even know the offense. We don't even know the offense yet.
which is true. I haven't seen enough. So so basically they really just picking this from the Rams offense. One of the staples of the Ram offense is the dig, the post, and basically just dig post slant. Right, those are kind of staples of that offense. And they were basically saying like his middle route throws are
No,
like damn
he's
near elite.
awesome. He's awesome
Yeah.
at the middle. He's awesome at the middle. He's awesome at deciphering defense, and he's awesome at evading pressure. Like
So then they were like, he has a really good arm, but bad deep accuracy.
he don't throw deep enough.
But he doesn't throw deep enough. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
He doesn't throw the ball deep. Like, he doesn't throw the ball enough times for you to say whether he's good or bad at it.
and I get that, but there's no reason to get passionate about this.
What nah, bro, like, that's my point, bro. Like, he's not.
Look,
I am completely baffled by his rise.
Okay, I
Like,
get it. I get it. You're baffled. I am too. I don't understand, but the best thing you do is instead of trying to baffle yourself and be like, I don't understand it, just try to see why. There's a lot of good in this game, but the quarterback game, the quarterback, it's more of a projection than anything because in general, quarterbacks are crapshoot because we don't know.
Which is
There's
true.
no science to all this because, like, as good as Caleb Williams is in college, he could be buns in the NFL.
Oh, you got a little take on that. Go ahead and holler at me on that one, bro.
My Bo Callahan take.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb Williams gives me heavy Bo Callahan vibes for the people that seen draft day. It's like he's talented as hell. It's just something seems off. I don't know what it is. It's just something seems off. So
So I saw a breakdown. One of the things that me and you were talking about, um, because I've been very adamant with Caleb at one, right? And when I look at the quarterback draft prospects, and I promise we're going to get back to the free agency look ahead. But when I look at the quarterback draft prospects, I have not been high on Drake May the whole time. That's kind of like my bust alert guy, right? Unless this JJ McCarthy thing really starts getting shot up, and then he might be my bust alert. But Drake May is my bust alert, right? Um, but I saw like a real tape breakdown of Caleb's game, and they showed all of his missed throws, right? So like after talking to you, one of the things that I went and tried to look at was a lot more of his routine plays, right? And you guys, I'm not going to give out any free promo, but I promise you, you can watch all 22 of every game almost anywhere, bro. I'm not going to give out no free promo, but it's all over the web, bro. Like you can literally go to Google and type in all 22 USC versus blank. And it's on YouTube, it's on certain sites, it's all around, so you can see this just like anybody else, right? One of the things you talked about was that like he leaves a lot of bites on the apple, he leaves a lot of meat on the bone, right? In a lot of the routine plays. So I tried to get away from a lot of the highlight plays and literally just look at his 5-step drop backs, get the ball out. And it is scary how many times he misses just wide open looks. Like it's almost as though and we don't know where he's being told to look in terms of reading the defense, but where traditionally the ball would go in a concept, he's not even looking there. You know what I'm saying? At the start of the play. Like there was one play that really stuck out to me where linebacker blitz, right? He had a slant coming behind it. That's high school. You know what I'm saying? Like linebacker blitz, you got slant coming behind him, you let the ball go. You know what I'm saying? You let the ball go, you take the hit. He tried to evade the hit, and then he like shot the ball down to a tight end behind the slant, right? But they ended up getting called for ineligible man downfield, right? Which leads me to believe, oh, hold on, let me go back and look at that. It's an RPO, right? So you had a run pass option. It looked like play action, you had a slant behind him, but it was really an RPO, which means your offensive linemen have a count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, fire off. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a run play, we need to go ahead and start getting to the second level. If it's a pass play, I gave you a 1 count, right? And it's like, not saying I could go out there with bullets flying and doing it. I'm saying like, that's general basic parts of the offense. Why do you not know that? Because like, here's my thing. Even if you play action, you didn't want to hit the sling, you get out of the tackle box and you throw the ball away. You can't complete a pass in that situation because you should know by now that your offensive linemen who weren't looking at you are past the yard. Right? Like, it's really worrisome. You know what I'm saying? And not saying Caleb's not going to be amazing. He can't get disciplined. It's just like really routine, basic stuff is kind of like he's constantly looking for the spectacular. And he makes it a lot of times.
See, and I've been watching a lot of these it's their draft time. So I'm watching a whole bunch of draft content, and they say one thing that kind of gets some quarterbacks in trouble is when they get bored with the routine. Take the easy shit. You everything doesn't have to be spectacular. Get comfortable with taking the routine. If they're not making it open, hey, you gonna keep it, give it to me? I'll take that. That's what made Tom Brady who he was, because he was okay with being boring. All right, you want to just lead this running back? Okay, I throw it to him 12 times.
It's actually what Patrick Mahomes has become.
Yeah, he gonna take what. But if you leave that thing open, don't think I'm gonna hit you over the head.
And I think that's what makes him different from Brady, right? Is it like he can take that one little beat and still make this spectacular. I still think Caleb's going to be amazing, but
I think he has all the talent to be amazing. He'll be amazing. I can't say. I think he's the more talented quarterback in this draft. I will say that, but I just there's something that's off. To me there's a slight buzz factor. It's not huge, but it's definitely. But I think more than likely he probably ends up being an above average quarterback, maybe like a Kirk Cousins level quarterback. I think that's probably his realistic floor.
yeah. And I think the big part of that is like, do you get the second contract? Are you a quarterback who gets the second contract? If I'm being honest right now, I think Caleb gets the second contract.
Yeah, but it's just like this for the Bears. I just think it makes more sense to trade that pick and get Justin more help because. So I've done some deep dives on Justin and a lot of this stuff's not on him. I mean, yeah, some of the sacks absolutely, but in terms of like
I was
throwing the
about to
ball,
say he runs into a lot of sacks.
the sacks, yeah, but I'm talking in terms of throwing the ball. Like a lot of it is just like he don't got playmakers.
He
Like
got DJ Moore. They
let me
had Cole
finish.
Kmet.
Let me finish. You interrupted my dramatic pause. Relax. So they did more this year, and this is the year he had his best year passing. But before that, he didn't really have shit. Like, yeah, you got Cole Kmet, but who else?
Yeah. He's
So you
struggling
can
a
name
bit at
two.
receiver because they drafted Mooney and he not drafted. They got him in free agency. He just didn't.
No. They did draft the Mooney, but
They drafted Mooney.
But I think they drafted Mooney either the same time they had Fields or the year before Fields. So like, I just don't think they were. I just don't think they're a good fit.
Yeah.
And then the offense probably just wasn't because sometimes these coordinators they don't play to their quarterback strengths. They just
Oh,
this is
my fault. Really quickly. He had his best season with DJ Moore, right?
Yeah.
What position was DJ Moore this year? Was
We're
he
not talking
a
about
dominant
this.
number one receiver? Hey, that's a callback. That's a callback to one of our first episodes together. All right.
I gave you your flowers when DJ Moore tore us up. All right, I gave you your flowers.
All right,
Leave me alone.
all right. It's done. It's dead. I ain't gonna bring it up until next time I bring it up. Go ahead.
Which could be in 10 minutes. Who knows?
No. We on the tight ends, so we're over.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, like the Rock, like they haven't really done him a lot of favors, and like he ain't got no good running game. He is the running game. They ain't got no good running backs. The O line, and the thing is, the O line is a lot better than people would think. But I think, but yeah, back to what I was saying before you brought up this DJ Moore mess. The offensive coordinator, I feel like the offensive coordinator wanted Fields to run his offense instead of making the offense to work with Fields.
I agree.
Because when you got a quarterback, you got to play to your quarterback strength if you want the best out of him. You can't just take someone that's like, okay, you don't do none of this well, but you're gonna do it anyway, and expect him like, come on. That's like giving me a bunch of oranges and saying you want lemonade.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. But even still, I think the Bears just go ahead and turn the page. But looking ahead, back to free agency. We're on the tight ends. We added somebody to free agency. They went ahead, like we called with the cap casualty, Jonnu Smith. They went ahead and let him go. Austin Hooper reunion, I don't see it. Irv Smith, I don't really see it. I think they get maybe a blocking tight end. Maybe a blocking tight end in free agency, maybe a little later, and then maybe try to adjust receiver tight end late in the draft or undrafted free agent. But I don't see this as a huge position to need. Maybe just depth, but not like a need position.
Yeah. terms of offensive line, this is next up. Just depth. You got your starters. Just get depth. I think they might look at a future starter in the draft, maybe in the second or third round. But they're gonna be looking for like a good swing tackle. Either the swing tackle can come for free agency or through the draft.
And preferably, I'd actually want them to come through the draft.
Yeah. How you get talent, you get it. How you get it. Like I'm not going. We're in a situation to where any options available because of the wonderful work Terry Fontenot has done with the cap.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since we're on free agents, we haven't even talked about the 14% increase in salary cap. We got $30 million, a $30 million jump. Like,
bro, that came, man. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Like that came at the right time because we were talking about how the salary cap was going to go up, and I think we had talked about annually
like
it
20
usually
mil.
goes up between it goes between 7 and 10%. But it shot up 14. I mean, okay, but it's really just because the COVID money came in. So hey, look,
Yeah,
pandemic,
appreciate it.
pandemic. You understand? It's still the pandemic, boy. Hey, what? It's still the pandemic over here, bruh. So, what's it called? When we get to the defense, you got Danielle Hunter. Obviously, that's one of the big names that came out. Carl Lawson's on there. He's not really somebody that you're going to look to or look for. Marcus Davenport.
He's a rotation guy, sure.
He is.
I don't think Davenport's a fit for us this year just because I don't think they want that style of defensive end.
No. Romeo Carmen, Yannick
I can see Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue. I can see him because I can see him. I can see them going after him, maybe on a look. Cheap deal.
Chase Young is a free agent. I think he re-signs with San Fran.
The San Fran got the money to do that.
That's the question.
San Fran got some shit to figure out because
they can get funny with the money. Yeah, Ayuk's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's Ayuk's gone.
Even then, Debo making $20 million, Kittle making like 18. CMC making what 14. Like you.
Yeah.
Hey,
you didn't even get to the defensive side where Bosa making 23 or 25.
Well, that's his cap is actually what it's probably gonna be this year is that, but he's annual is like 35 a year.
Yeah.
Like he making damn near low end quarterback money.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. So and then because I seen something about like they may have to cut Dre Greenlaw
after he tore his Achilles, which is terrible, bro.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. But it is. They might have to go ahead and let him go. One name I see on here, Calais. I would love to have him back, man. I would love to have him back.
If he's one of the people, if he want to come back, I'll let him come back.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Just to have him around, just to have him in the room. Outside of that, no names really point out to me. You got some ancient guys. You got Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox.
I would take Fletcher in the rotation.
I don't know.
In the rotation, I take
Fletcher's old, bro.
Okay.
Fletcher's old.
I'm not asking him to lead the room. I'm asking him to be, hey, come in here on 20% of these plays and make a play every now and then. You ain't got to be the head dog. Just make a play. He could do that.
Name you might recognize: Ashawn Robinson. He's hit free agency. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing to write home about. A name that's very important to me that hit free agency. Christian Wilkins won, but Miami's not going to let him go. Javon Kinlaw. Let me tell you why they
on a cheap prove it deal because we were going to take him that year. They took him before us. I think
absolutely, bro. And here's the thing: he has been, for the most part, a bust in San Francisco.
Because
like
injured. That's why I
He's
said you
been.
get him on a cheap proof deal.
I would not be opposed to Javon Kinlaw. So don't be surprised because, especially since they traded for Chase Young, don't be surprised if that's a name that kind of starts surfacing with Atlanta. Linebacker, it's not really something I see as being super invested in.
Yeah, just be like some
Um,
depth or free agent talent, guys. Just wall buster, or we don't got wedges no more. So, but a
yeah,
free agent guy with probably some a little upside, but I can also see them tackling that in like the back end of the drive.
yeah. So headed to corner, there is nobody I see on corner that actually sticks out to me as somebody I want to pay coming from free agency. Because if you just getting into the business side of football, you usually pay about a 30% markup for a guy being on your team versus a guy in free agency. And you can similarly relate it to, say you're at a job market, say you're at a company. If they promote you, they're going to pay you X. But if they headhunt you, they usually pay you X plus 20%. That's free agency. You're getting headhunted, right? And so you usually pay a you like me tax. And there's nobody on corners that really stick out to me.
There is a corner that sticks out to me, and we've actually been connected to this corner. I don't know how reliable these sources are, but I've been seeing it from a few people that's in the football industry, and they connect us to L'Jarius Sneed. They tagged him, but they are looking to trade him. They're preparing for life after
I was about to
season.
say you got to give up some compensation for that.
Yeah,
You got to give up some
but
comp for that.
the compensation it won't be a first because like I can
No,
see that being like a second round pick, maybe even a third and some change or something.
I would
Because they
actually. So here's the thing: in the draft, are you going to? Because in the first round, we kind of said that they would probably go line, right? Are you going to get a corner in the second round that's going to be better than L'Jarius Sneed is for the next
day
three
one, no,
years?
day one, absolutely not. Well, I ain't gonna say absolutely not, but it's unlikely.
Even for the next 3 years, are you
It's
going to
it's
get a
it's
guy in the second round that's better than
it's,
L'Jarius Sneed?
it's unlikely because Sneed went like in the third or fourth.
Give him that pick, bro. Give him that pick, because like if you try to penny haggle him for the third, you probably gonna end up giving a 3 and a 7, a 3 and a 6. Give him the two.
I'd rather do a 3 and a 7 than do the two because the two you can flip that and get a third back.
I give him the two. I just straight up I give him the two. Give me the player. Give me
I
the
understand what
player.
you're saying, but like that two is much more valuable than the third, and that's the seven is the throwaway.
The 7 is a throwaway, but like it's still a lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like you,
It's a lottery ticket, but I'd rather get rid of that low lottery ticket than giving away my higher one. I rather, you know what? It's like this. You got a 20, but like you need 15. Like I don't want to get changed. I give you this 10 and the 5, but I ain't gonna give you. I'm gonna keep my 20.
hey, look, I ain't mad at you. I understand it. For me, I just be like, I give you the 20. So in a sense, that may be like overpaying in terms of draft compensation, but for me, like that's a bombshell type of player. And cornerback two is a need. You know what I'm saying? Like cornerback two has been a need.
He would be cornerback one if we just being real.
Strictly off accolades, I still got to go with AJ. Strictly off accolades, but
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I can't argue with you too much.
Okay, there we go. You back? All right.
I was saying strictly off accolades, I would say AJ, but like I can't argue with you too much.
No,
I can't argue with you too much.
This dude had one of the greatest seasons, like as a cornerback.
It didn't get all pro. It didn't get all pro.
He got robbed.
He got robbed, bro.
This man didn't give up a touchdown. Period.
Like it was
And them Steve Spagnuolo defenses, he leaving the corners on the island. So
Yeah. But I mean, like, I can't take it away from him too much because Trent McDuffie had an amazing
No,
season.
no, he didn't. They both was balling. They both was balling.
Yeah. So like, I can't take it away too much for him. But like, for me, I kind of just, how do you say you want to trade? You got the player. You got the best player in that trade. There's nobody we're going to draft in the second round that day one is going to be a starter like L'Jarius Sneed. And so if that since that's the case, just go ahead and get your guy.
A second rounder, that's still a possibility.
So we've talked about this. We've talked about this a couple times, right? We break down the draft positions. First round, that's usually your guy that's going to be like you have aspirations of that guy being a Pro Bowler, All Pro, right?
That's your instinct.
Second round, yeah, second round, you second and third, you usually view those guys as starters on your team, right?
Depending on where
So
you pick
like,
second, you probably want a high end starter. Probably you
you
probably
want
want to
to
eventually become a high end starter if they're taking it in a second.
eventually become a high end starter.
You want someone that's just going to be on your roster as a solid starter, and then anything else after that is probably just free special team. And then if you hit, you hit.
Yeah, we've discussed this a couple times. So like, we're picking high in the second round, so that's potentially a high end starter. So if I map it out over 3 years, say in the second round, I'm able to get a corner, right? Second round, I get a corner. Year one, he's not going to be better than Snead. Year two, he might be as good as a declining Snead in year two. Year three, they might be the same player, and you're paying this player a whole lot less. All right, I get it. But there's also a chance that that's not happening, and I know this is a finished product. It wouldn't bother me. That's all I'm saying is it wouldn't bother me. I can see the economics of it doesn't bother me.
See, this is my only thing with Snead.
I completely understand where you're coming from. I completely understand where you're coming from.
I'm saying would he fit our defense? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what is our defense going to look like?
You're coming from a blitz heavy man coverage defense. The Rams ain't been too. They've been probably, but they were more zone. I don't know how he fares. I'll have to do more homework on him to understand how he would fit into this defense. If the fit is there, then I mean, do what you got to do. I'm never gonna be like, damn, I can't believe I got a good player. What the fuck wrong with
the Rams didn't have to blitz as much because they had heavy interior pressure because they had Aaron Donald.
No, but the Rams made it work with low end corners. Like
Which
they
is true.
started a lot of rookies, a lot of third.
They had big zone concepts, heavy zone concepts.
They were performing. Even when they had Ramsey, they were still playing zone.
Yeah, heavy zone concepts.
It's a Vic Fangio style of defense. It's more quarters based.
So like, I would love him, but like you said, does he fit the scheme? Does he fit the system?
I don't know how he fits in a cover 4 type defense.
Nobody else as a corner really sticks out to me as somebody that I want to pay.
He does offer like inside out versatility. He's a great blitzer. So if you want to use him as like move him in that slot as a blitzer every now and then, because he's proven to be very good at that. I mean, hey,
it's not bad. Kickers and punters, we're not going to go over. We really don't have to. We have an all-pro who's under contract and our punter's under contract as well. But I just want to take a look at safety.
Talk about safety.
I just want to take a look at safety real quick.
Because
No. Yeah, I figured we was going to take a little second on safety, right? So you got the Eddie Jacksons out there. You got the Kevin Byers out there, right?
I wouldn't mind Eddie Jackson, honestly.
I wouldn't. Having two frees back there is interesting, but when they're good like that, they're interchangeable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I think the days of strong and free are gone. I think it's more like you got your up top safety, you got your box safeties, and in cover 4, you're going to have two safeties.
You need two upsides. Yeah.
Now, I mean, to be premature, there is someone in the draft that plays safety that I really want, and he went to your school. He kind of give me Cam Chancellor vibes.
Gang.
You already know. You already know what I'm talking about. That big old 6'5" boy I got back there.
Hey, look, man. If he's available, but what grade does he have? I don't think he's going to be available in the 3rd round because that's the earliest we be looking at a safety.
If he there in the 3rd, give me him ASAP.
Hold on.
Because I think that dude going to be a baller. Because the thing is, even though he's big, he's not just about it. He can play up top.
James Williams.
The boy
So
6'4",
I'm trying to look. Yeah, I'm trying to look up his draft profile. His comp is actually Jeremy Chin.
I think he's closer to Cam than Jeremy Chin.
Well, hold on. Chin a hitter. Chin a hitter.
He a hitter. He is a hitter, but Chin's a lot more athletic. Hell, I wouldn't mind Chin in free agency.
That's not bad. All right, they have him projected.
I feel like he could play up top more than
Chin. They got him projected in the 4th.
I would take that.
But he grades as a potential. He grades as a potential top 100. As a potential top 100 prospect, yeah.
Because I seen they said he'll eventually develop into a starter, but he's someone I like.
Man.
Yeah, like
James Williams, you guys. James Williams, that's the name. I know it because I'm a Hurricane fan. My fault. We never said his name.
Yeah. Because when I was looking, I'm just like, I've been looking at him for the past like maybe a couple weeks, and then I seen the comment. I'm like, okay, I want to see how big he is first. Paul.
You big boy. All right, Meek. Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, but I wanted to see. You know, he 6'4", 231 my ankle. He matches up to what they said. So, man,
nah, because he was like, I wanted to see. Yeah, and it took me back to girth. It took me back when I was like, his girth. Like, I'm sorry. I'm professional in real life, darling. I'm tapped in. I'm locked in.
Yeah, but I see his measurements checked out, and then he ran for his size. He ran. I see it deemed a good 40 at a 4.65.
I mean, it's easy to run 4.6 with 3 legs. All right, that's my last one. I swear to God, that's my last one.
That'll do it for the episode. We gonna see y'all next week. We gonna get you with a post combine mock draft. Good Lord! Oh my!
This has been your boy Q City.
Your boy Todd Bravado.
We out.
Peace.
Like El Chapo, looking like I hit the lotto. I want a hottie like mulatto. I'm on here and she on Moscato. I'm in them good till tomorrow. I'm a robber for the Neros. Your little laws, I'ma put you on payroll. You smell that aroma? Design the air, it's a party in here. Papa Corona, she moving the body, she working them heels. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what you telling me. Keep a 20 on me, case emergency. I wake up early every morning. Thank the Lord and get the bag. Hustle hard, get the cash. That first, then I'm showing my ass. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what you telling me. Keep a 20 on me, case emergency.
My babies, that's who I grind for. That's who I do it for. Like the Navy, that's who I'm toting that iron for. Keep one in the head like a thought, nigga. Yeah, I fuck with Ty, he a boss, nigga. Foot on their neck, I exhaust, nigga. Niggas cross me, so I cross, nigga. No stripper was lit last night. 500, what it cost, nigga. Shit was really legit last night. Had them hoes at the house, nigga. Instagram, Snapchat, Triller. What they say about Jay, he a go-getter. Used to have them fat sacks in the grove, nigga. Late nights, early morning, my dough, nigga.
You smell that aroma? Design the air, it's a party in here. Papa Corona, she moving the body, she working them heels. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what you telling me. Keep a 20